How's it going, guys? Josh Olufemii here. Today I have 7 VFX artists that are going to add their own original VFX to 3 popular music video clips that I'm going to give them based on instructions that I specifically give them for each clip. Basically, I want to challenge these guys and gals to do something a little bit out of their comfort zones. I need you in the comments to tell me which videos that you think look better with the VFX and which videos maybe look better without the VFX. In every video in this series, I'm going to actually provide my VFX artists with something that I call a booster pack, which is an effects pack which will help them just speed up their post-production process. The booster pack that I'm going to be assigning today, watch out for an upcoming shameless plug, is our very own ePrism digital lens filter pack. It's basically the digital version of those Prism lens filters that you see people use on music video sets. And guess what? You don't even have to open up After Effects to use this pack. The effects pack is completely within Premiere Pro, and the effects are crazy lightweight too, because I know that some of these VFX artists may not have the fastest computers. And by the way, to the about 5,000 of you guys watching right now that have already signed up for Envato Elements via our link in the description, you already have complete access to ePrism. And if you aren't part of that crew, just click on the link below and get your first month of Elements for only $9 freaking bucks. I'm also going to be throwing in my Easy CRT pack as an option to use in the challenge. It's on Elements too, by the way. Again, we'll be adding VFX to 3 separate music video clips in this challenge. First video will be 24 Karat by Bruno Mars. Second video will be Take Me Home by Jess Glynn.
Take the wheel if I lose control, if I'm lying here.
And last video will be Vasi Pop by Stormzy.
Coffee shop, getting freaky in the sheets, we're taking body shots. Then I finish with a facial just to top it off.
Alright, our first VFX artist is Peter. He's based out of Ibadan, Nigeria. He's been on staff on our channel as our digital content producer, and I just roped him in to participate this week in this challenge. The instructions for this first Bruno Mars clip was I told everyone to track something to the walls and also roto out Bruno Mars and maybe apply some type of effect behind him. Here's what Peter did for the first clip. Peter, that was pretty good. I see that Peter cut Bruno out by using either Roto Brush 2 in After Effects or maybe Runway ML. Somehow he placed some sort of glowing blurred Bruno layer behind the cutout Bruno layer. I'm not sure how he did this. It looks sick though. Also, I see that he used the ePrism effects pack that he actually was the lead producer for. He used the fisheye effect. Basically, the instructions for the second video was I wanted you to cut Jess out and put something in the background, maybe adding the CRT effects pack to slap the CRT effect on some titles, almost make it somewhat like a lyric video.
Take the wheel if I lose control, if I'm lying here.
Peter, for the second video, I kind of liked how you encased everything in a TV, just added a little bit of depth. Love how the words are both on top and behind her. Let's check out the third video now. Basically, for the third video, I just told everyone to do some type of cool sky replacement.
Coffee shop, getting freaky in the sheets, we're taking body shots. Then I finish with a facial just to top it off.
Oh, that sky replacement with that like crinkly paper was beautiful. Almost gives the whole video like a cartoon look. Next, we have my bro Creature. He is a Alabama-based VFX artist. I actually met him through my bro Matt Alonzo. He actually does VFX for tons of massive A-list artists out in the States. All right, let's check out his first submission. First thing that I see is that he tracked some animated arrows to the walls, ceilings, and the floor. He also cut out all of the dancers and did some content-aware fill to fill in the background, probably in After Effects. The background replacement could have been done a little bit cleaner, but I get it. I gave these guys like no time at all to do all these effects. Next 2 shots, I believe, are using the Magnify filter and the Kaleidoscope lens filter from the ePrism pack. Great job, Creature. Let's look at his second video.
Take the wheel if I lose control, if I'm lying here.
It seems like he's doing some type of like lyric video thing with the words behind her back. I can see that he's using the CRT effects pack to give the normally just plain text a sort of CRT texture. One thing I think I would have done is I would have made her opacity just completely solid so that there wasn't any transparency. But again, great job, bro. All right, third video.
Coffee shop, getting freaky in the sheets, we're taking body shots. Then I finish with a facial just to top it off.
All right, okay, this is kind of a crazier sky replacement. Cool. Guys, I want you to stop the video real quick and tell me in the comments your opinion on everything that you've seen so far with these last 2 VFX artists. Let's move on. Next participant, we have my bro Faith. He actually lives in Ondo State, Nigeria. Let's check out his first video. Okay, cool, Faith. First thing I noticed is that there's some sort of chroma split effect being added over the entire video, which gives it this sick vintage vibe. I also see how that letters are being tracked on the walls in between the dancers. There's also a different lens distortion effect being applied to the edges of the frame, kind of focusing the attention to Bruno in the middle of the screen. I also see the split kaleidoscope filter being used from ePrism in the second shot. This seems to be a common trend so far with these submissions. Let's go to the next video.
Take the wheel. If I lose control, if I'm lying here.
Okay, cool. A very literal representation of what's happening. This is a very sad song. You see the word sad. Cool, I like the fact that she is completely covering the words, and which adds a little bit of depth. It seems like the words are actually behind her. One thing I would have liked is maybe actual lyrics of what she was saying, so it was almost like some type of lyric video. You could actually see the lyrics forming behind her as she said each word, but it's all good. Let's check out Faith's last video.
Coffee shop, getting freaky in the sheets, we're taking body shots. Then I finish with a facial just to top it off.
Ooh, that's a nice sky replacement, kind of adding some clouds in the sky, giving the sky kind of like a sepia tone. I like when he changed this color of the sky, he made sure to color correct and match the light being casted on Stormzy with the new color of the sky so that everything kind of has a sepia tone. I'm actually really impressed with a lot of these guys so far. I want to just say real quick, a lot of these VFX artists have not been doing After Effects for long, and I kind of just randomly chose a bunch of them that I personally knew maybe on Instagram, and they all basically were brave enough to say yes to this challenge. Stay tuned, because we're going to have some even more very talented VFX artists coming up that have been doing VFX for years, and then we're going to even have one person coming up who literally has only been doing After Effects for 2 months, and she was bold enough to come and do this challenge. It's going to be amazing. Stay tuned. Alright guys, next we have my bro Joshua. He is a VFX artist from Lagos, Nigeria. He's only 17 years old. Really dope guy. I've known him for quite a while now. Let's see what he was able to dream up with submission number 1. It's funny, I actually just stopped the recording right now and I just had to DM Josh so he could tell me how he actually did this. He evidently used the Sapphire S Glint plugin by Boris FX, which applies that beautiful glint effect to the highlights of the video. I believe this effect was probably honed in even more via some type of mask that's being placed just around Bruno Mars. Next, he tracked some sort of glowing particle animations to Bruno's hands right on that snap. And again, we have that split kaleidoscope filter in the second shot. Great job, fam. Very creative. Guys, comment your opinion below. All right, next video.
Take the wheel. If I lose control, if I'm lying here.
All right, this is cool. This is the first submission that actually had the titles in the back, like a lyric video saying each word. I can see the CRT effect was applied on each one via our CRT pack, and I love the lens flare that you put on the front of her. That was a cool little composite that he made. Loved it. All right, next video.
Coffee shop, getting freaky in the sheets, we're taking body shots. Then I finish with a facial just to top it off.
This last video was sick. I assume he probably used the S Glint filter on the highlights, aka his shirt, to give that cool polished, shiny, glinty look. I also see that he used one of the ePrism filters to just break stuff up rather nicely. Next participant, we have my bro Kofi Annan from Accra, Ghana. Kofi's really interesting. He's actually very, very new to the world of VFX. I think he's more like a photographer and just like a normal video editor. So shout out to him for being bold enough to join this challenge. Let's see what he gave me for the first submission. Okay, so I see a couple digital kaleidoscope filters, maybe a dream filter being used as well on the third shot. And then I think he like keyframed a crop effect to open everything up at the beginning. I'm not seeing a lot of After Effects being used here, but still sick. Good job though. Next participant, we have our sis Mercedes, coming from Guatemala City, Guatemala. She has a crazy story in that she literally opened up After Effects for the very first time 2 months ago. I begged her to be part of this challenge and she was bold enough to say yes. She's told me that she's completely become addicted to After Effects. She's like literally just up late every night watching tutorials. It's just a crazy obsession, which is amazing. I cannot wait to see where she's at in like 6 months and then a year from now. All right, great job, Mercedes, for this being your very first composite. Learning how to cut out moving objects is not easy. Thank God it's a lot easier now with like Rotobrush 2 and Runway ML compared to how it was like a couple years ago. But there's still a definite learning curve. Great job. Love how you layered everything. Cool stuff.
Take the wheel. If I lose control, if I'm lying here.
Ooh, Ooh, this was cool. A little bit of 3D camera movement. I see you. Great job. That's something I didn't learn how to use the 3D camera in After Effects for like years. Crazy. Great work. Loved it. How you kind of split everything up. It's layered really cool. The back layer has, I think, the CRT effect on some sort of footage that you have kind of peeking through the window. Love it. Great job.
Coffee shop, getting freaky in the sheets, we're taking body shots. Then I finish with a facial just to top it off.
Dang, that was crazy. So you did a sky replacement and then you cut him out, almost used him as like a matte layer to have some type of cool CRT, or not CRT, but some type of VHS effect being applied just inside of him. Beautiful. That was cool. That was really creative too. Great job, Mercedes. Next participant is my bro VFX Danny. He lives over in Lagos, Nigeria. I'm always checking out his work on Instagram. Extremely talented. Let's see what he's gonna give me for this first submission. Yo, I love those customized tracked titles and those poppin' stickers. I love that warm, blooming back glow that was kind of coming out from behind him. All right, last but not least, we have my bro Spark of Lagos, extremely talented VFX artist. I'm always looking at his stuff. He actually only gave me one submission, but I'm actually really excited to see what he's come up with.
Coffee shop, getting freaky in the sheets, we're taking body shots. Then I finish with a facial just to top it off.
Dang! He like replaced everything, 3D models all over the place. You know, the statue, the cars, the planes, the sky replacement, and then that ending with the truck. That was a great ending to a video. Great job, bro. That was amazing. Guys, this was a ton of fun. I actually have the original footage in the description below. You can download it yourself, slap it into your own After Effects timeline, and then show me what you can do with it. Post it on Instagram, then make sure to tag me, made by Olufemii, and I promise to leave a comment. Now guys, check out the effects in this next video.